Isabel, and I'm a kid who likes movies, like most kids, I guess. And I am here to talk about them. Part 1, Movies Today. There are so many amazing movies today. Even if you only look at the movies from the last few years, I can't even begin to think about favorites. They're just all so different, and they make you feel different things. They can be fun and exciting, and they can make you feel great. Then there's movies where it's just like a roller coaster ride of crazy, and when you get off, it's like, whoa, that was crazy! What happened? But then there are other movies. The ones that stick with us. That never really leave us. I'm sure these examples aren't the same for everyone, because people like different things. This is just what's special to me. But the fact is, at some point, we all see those movies. Movies that, for whatever reason, become important to us. Sometimes, they can even change who we are. What I'm trying to say is movies are important. If you're a kid like me, your movie watching experience is probably from like the past 20 years or so. What if I told you there are more movies out there? Like a lot more. You know what that means? If you are fishing for awesome, your pool just got bigger. Right now, you are probably thinking, Bella, are you talking about black and white movies? The boring ones with dumb-looking monsters? Well, yeah, some of them. But we're not going to start with those. We're going to ease into that, okay? All I'm asking is that before you write them off is
Old LeMay?
just hear me out, and then you guys can decide for yourselves. Here we go.
This is going to be such an exciting day. I hope you enjoy it. I think you will.
Part 2, Movie Revolution. It's the 1970s. Amazing fashion, awesome dancing, and the first laptop. The 70s was the start of something called American New Wave Cinema. I know because I Googled it. This was a really exciting time for movies. Special effects were totally changing how movies could be made. They could show the audience more than ever before, and you think, that's great. Well, it can be. But hold on. Now, I'm not a film analyst, or a scientist, or an expert. I'm just a kid. I am also not very good with words. To help make my point, I'm going to use some visual pictures. I feel like the more a movie shows you, the less you have to think about it. If a movie constantly shows you all of the things, all of the time, well, you don't have to use your brain at all. You can just turn it off, just zone out. But I can do that at school. I don't want that in a movie. A great example of this is a movie that was made in the 70s. The director had this huge animatronic monster made for this movie. But when they started filming, it broke. So you start to think, that sucks. What's a monster movie without a monster? Of course, I am talking about Steven Spielberg's super epic movie, Jaws. I have seen this movie so many times. It is so great. It never gets ungreat. Because the puppet broke down, you rarely see the shark. But you can always feel that it's there. Our imaginations can be pretty intense, especially for us kids. And as any kid can tell you, the scariest closet is a dark one. Now, don't get me wrong. I love monsters. I love them. And I love seeing them in movies. But sometimes only being able to see a tiny glimpse of something can drive you crazy. In newer movies, I think that's been forgotten. If Jaws had been made today, it would have looked like this. So the reason I brought up Jaws is because it's a great example of how not having something can make you have to be more clever in other ways. Just keep that in your brain. This is the best way I can think of to lead you through the magic of the Golden Age.